ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Beyond the Ink. I'm your host, Matt Valadez. How are you? Nice to meet you. Today I've got a special guest, my buddy, who I've known for a year and a half, two? No, I'm just kidding.
Way back.
We go way back. Mr. Chris McKeon. And say hello to the wonderful viewers,
Hello?
fans, and people that are going to come watch me stab this arm. We're working on a bit of, what would you say, Japanese-esque.
Try to stay within the theme.
Yeah. You brought to me this wonderful, not my work, wonderful piece that we were, that you said, okay, hey, I want to continue some more stuff, which we're going to go back up and we're going to revamp that in the future.
Clean it up.
Yeah, that'll be good. But I added a Tigers, some, what do you want, finger waves, wind bars, things like that, which is going to be fantastic once it's all done. And I'm
Next phase.
I'm stoked. We're going to have a good time doing it. As always, we sit back, we talk, I stab people, you find out more about them. And that's how it goes here in this stabbing cabin. So you might notice a little bit of different setup. I'm moving around much freely. And that is thank you to wireless technology. Oh my God. So I'm excited to try this out. This is from FK Irons. This is the Lightning Bolt pack. And basically what this does is gives you complete wireless technology magic. Yes. So, in essence, if I wanted to walk over here, this is a tattoo. Walk over here, this is a tattoo. Walk over here, this is, oh, hey. So it's really, really cool. Easy to keep from cross-contamination. You don't touch everything. All the voltage and the highs, the lows, the mediums, it does everything. So, very excited to take this little journey. I've cut the cord. No more cord. Good times. And of course, I got all my gear, my Hexus needles. Gotta go with the best, honestly. This company that I use, Hexus, Hextat, Needle Supply, for all professionals, you can go needlesupply.com. I'll put a link down, description, everything. They've got everything you need. They've got aftercare. In fact, if you wanted to buy some stuff from needlesupply.com, all the aftercare stuff that I usually use, my Hustle Butter Deluxe, love that stuff. That's what I use. And in fact, I'm going to put that on my glove right now, and we're going to get that sucker fired up. People ask me all the time, what the fuck's on your glove? I'm like, Hustle Butter Deluxe. Yeah. As my buddy Richie says, the owner, he says, you can't knock the hustle. So yeah, how's life in the aftermath of COVID-19?
Yeah, it was a bit stir crazy. It's nice to have things starting to open back up, and
Right.
it's been hilarious to just watch how people have responded. Be it, driving around by themselves in their car wearing a mask because they're worried it's going to sneak in through the window.
Yeah, and they're like yesterday, people are still wearing masks. That's fine. Wear your mask if that's what makes you feel comfortable.
I think it's going to change a lot of things. I think some of like the sneeze guards at Circle K and things like that. I think those are going to be some good changes that'll stick around.
Yeah, I agree.
But like I said, it's just been the pure comedy of just watching which rules people choose to follow.
Correct.
I actually watched one guy. I think he was a little off his rocker. He was taking his shoe for a walk.
Who?
He had one shoe off in his hand and the other shoe on, walking down the sidewalk. I'm not quite sure what that was all about, but it was pretty funny. Funny enough, I took a picture of it.
Oh, nice.
Two friends talking. One's wearing a mask, one's wearing gloves. It's like, I guess they only had one set, so they just figured, all right, well.
That's insane. Like I went to
which is the lesser.
Went to Home Depot, and yes, I went to Home Depot. I met this girl who was helping us out, and she's wearing gloves and she's touching everything. And she's like, these gloves are getting in my way. I said, well, I just watched you touch all kinds of stuff, including your phone, and that's called cross-contamination, folks. You're doing more harm than good. So I said, your gloves are pretty much useless now if you're trying to keep it away from all the nasties, because you just touched this and that and this and that, and other people have touched the same shit, so you're getting all their cooties on top of your cooties and spreading even more cooties. So your gloves are kind of shitty. And so anyway, she's like, good. I said, just wash your hands, man. Like, which again is such a weird concept that you have to tell people, adult people, to wash their hands.
To do what our moms have been telling us to do forever.
Unreal. Unbelievable. So,
yeah.
Good shit.
It is. I putting plastic on the little keyboards for the ATMs. Just some of the most random crap. You're like, really? That's what you got out of all this?
Yeah. That's not going to work. Especially because there's holes in the number pad. And so now it's like, well, is that going to work? No, because it's already exposed. Cross-contamination.
But I'm sure you had some friends, too, that were, like, it really freaked them out. They wouldn't leave their house.
I did.
They were.
I did.
Some took it very seriously. I got to admit that I never did. I think it was just a version of the flu.
Yeah, unfortunately, I know some people that have been affected directly by it, but it's hard to say because you don't know if it's, again, a derivative of the flu, or like something that may be part of the flu, or I don't know, mutated form. I don't know what you want to call it, but yeah, I have.
Yeah, and I had a couple people that I know that had relatives that were older that passed away, and then after they passed away, from something totally different.
They labeled it COVID.
Yes.
What the fuck, GV?
Yeah. Because they get paid if it's COVID.
That's what I hear.
So it's like everything else. If there's any kind of travesty that happens in America today, there's somebody that's going to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
It's just the nature of the beast anymore.
Big pharma. I'm not going to take people down the rabbit hole if we decide. If we decide to
go a million different ways
down the rabbit hole. Yeah.
But luckily, things again, like you said, things are starting to open back up. People are starting to go out. You can see. I mean, I was out at a bar on Monday, and it was packed.
Yeah.
I mean, and everybody was in there, and just it's like they were like a dog with the gate left open, just went running out the door.
Serious, man. Everybody's like dying to go get some drinks and go get some human contact. Just they need that human interaction, which. I mean, we do. We're big balls of energy, folks. We need that. We need to feel it from other people.
Yeah, from other people other than our family that we've been locked up with for the last however.
Just gotta love your family.
Mm-hmm.
Good thing too is like if you're cool with the people that you're locked up with, that's good. But there's some people that, man, it sucks. They're not locked up with people that they want to be locked up with. And so they're getting the shit end of it. Abusive relationships.
Yeah.
Kids.
The downside of things that you don't even, like a lot of people wouldn't even think about or realize that, that's.
Like, fuck those people.
Yeah.
That's nuts. But yeah, man, I mean, I'm glad everything's opened up.
Yeah.
Opening up, I should say.
And I have like 15 states, so it's been interesting to see how each state is doing it and what they're doing and how they're responding to it. So it'll be interesting to see what the fallout is. Everybody, they keep, oh wait, there's a second wave. Well, I didn't even really catch the first wave.
Yeah.
But okay.
So what is it that you do exactly for our folks?
I am the Western Regional Manager for a dessert company in food service. So I sell desserts to Cisco, Shamrock, U.S. Foods, and it's all to restaurants, casinos, things like that.
And that's cool because I'm fat. and I like desserts.
Everybody loves cake. Eat cake for breakfast.
God, I love
That is-
cake.
That is my only thing that I wish comes out of this.
God,
is
I
people
love
eat
cake.
cake for breakfast.
Yeah, so that kind of had to hurt your business just a little bit then, right?
It shut it down.
Oh shit.
Both our plants shut down. We were running 3 shifts.
Mm-hmm.
All of it gone. I mean, there wasn't anything going out. The only thing that was going out, the distributors were trying to return product, even though it has a year shelf life on it. I mean, just it made for very interesting times. But
Wow, that's
why they were trying to figure out what they were gonna do.
yeah, because everybody's business has been affected by it. You know,
Mhm.
I know there's been a few tattooers in this industry, or in my industry, that didn't really survive. They actually had to close down their businesses or go work at another shop, or just things like that. Luckily for me, and a few of my friends that squirreled away money or did whatever they had to do, they had that, did some painting, sold like other things other than, tattooing.
Right.
Which is good to have. You always want to have a second hustle, or third even. But
The best piece of advice my dad
Yeah.
ever gave me when I was a kid: the more things you know how to do, the less likely you are to ever be out of work. You
Correct.
can always find something to do.
correct, or prostitution, because who doesn't like to fuck? I'm kidding.
I tried it, and I didn't get any takers.
You're kind of a big dude, man. I'd be like, I don't know, dude. You're kind of huge. Well, that's funny. Speaking of getting fat and during the COVID thing, how much weight have you gained during this whole COVID?
I actually I lost 5 pounds about.
Bastard! I found it. I actually gained 11 pounds. 11 pounds. Which is stupid, because I have all the gym equipment here, fortunately, but I have no motivation. I don't have the motivation to go in my garage, work out, do what I have to do, because I guess I was being a fucking brat. I guess I was just being a little shit who was like, oh, you're going to shut down my gym? You're going to shut down like my life? Well, screw you, pal. Who are you? And then I kind of got over it, but I eat a lot.
Well, we did
I love food.
because Alex, my son, he's
Mm-hmm.
was throwing track for GCC.
Yeah.
His buddy Dez
Uh-huh.
who plays football at Louisville, was in town, so we actually had a buddy that had a full gym in his garage that he wasn't using, and we loaded it all up on the back patio, and
Very cool.
so they've been going out and working out there, and for me it's just been the stress of not working. I don't get hungry.
And see, for me, it's the stress of not working where I get hungry.
Yeah.
I stress eat. I'm not gonna lie. I like food, and Veronica's a damn good cook. And I can cook. I can do everything that I need to do as well. But when you're here, you're eating. You're doing like minimal stuff. I've cleaned my house 1 billion times. I've gone through and you throw out things that you don't need, and you're like donating tons of stuff, and but you're also eating a lot, so.
And trying to do things that aren't going to cost you money, because you don't know how long it's going to last. So
Correct.
It's not like going out and going golfing or doing things like that are
Yeah.
still open, that are outside, but that's also expensive. So you gotta
Yeah.
balance all that. You want to do some home improvements, but again, that all costs money.
Correct.
So yeah, if you didn't squirrel away or you didn't do those things, then you're kind of like just sitting there.
Yeah, no money coming in, you're kind of just like shit out of luck. Like that's
Mhm.
just, it's not good, man. So I don't know. Like I said, I gained 11 pounds. Positive note is that Doug Ducey opened up Arizona, and so our gym is opening up as well, which is that
Your garage.
yeah, the garage.
The garage is opening back up.
No, I've been going to EOS or EOS.
Oh,
Fitness.
EOS, yeah.
It's a good gym, very nice gym. I like it. I was very excited because they're open 24 hours. So
That is a cool feature.
yeah, and I'm a night owl. Usually my clients get off of work and they're home or come home and get tattooed or do what they gotta do, and historically. So I love the night. I love the nightlife. I got to boogie. I'm just kidding.
The song references.
I know. God. So, okay, you're an ordained minister, as am I. And how many weddings have you performed? Have you officiated?
I've done 4.
Nice.
Yeah, so the last one being 2 weeks ago.
Do you have the shirt and everything? The collared shirt?
I don't.
Dude.
I know.
Dude.
Usually they just ask me to wear my suit.
Really?
So, but
Birthday suit?
that would be cool. Oh. Nobody wants to see that. we just covered that on the whole prostitution thing.
Allegedly. Kidding.
But yeah, this one was really weird too, because obviously no family could come in. They were really dead set on this date, so it was a virtual wedding, right? They were all watching on, like a couple people were there that had their phones and they were videotaping it and sending it to the families back east.
That's so nuts.
It was kind of crazy. The reception was everybody parked down the side of the street and they walked out and just said hi to everybody as they were walking down the street, and people were holding sparklers and just kind of tailgating down his whole street.
That's nuts.
It was pretty crazy, but it was cool because, as much as everybody still took the time to show up.
Yeah.
Knowing how special it was and how much it meant to them. And
no, it wasn't. It was because they got to leave the fucking house.
yeah, we're going to go out of the house and drink beer.
Hey, you want me to do something? Like, you normally wouldn't go to that person's wedding or whatever. Yeah, they're like, you really want me to go?
I'm amazed at the number of people that have asked me to help them move during this time. I've moved like 3 people, so.
Really?
And, I guess the good thing is again, just, being available to do those types of things and help people out when I normally wouldn't.
It's true. I mean, it's true. It's a tattoo machine. Don't ever say tattoo gun.
No, not in an airport.
Well, not ever, because, it's a professional thing.
Like calling it a rodeo clown, they're bullfighters, not rodeo clowns.
Targets. I love the rodeo clowns, and I went to a rodeo before. It was fun.
They are fun.
And of course, I root for the bull because I want to see him fuck somebody up, and I feel it's pretty shitty when they're just out there. Sorry, folks. I do root for the bull.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's
like, okay, that's good.
It happens more times than it doesn't.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
I concur, my friend. Is that
But-
good? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I grew up out in New River, so it was, I grew up around a lot of that. I have a lot of friends that do it or have done it, and
Really?
we've all tried it.
You went and did a little bull riding?
Yeah, very briefly.
What made you stop?
Yeah.
The
It's
horns?
no, I'm way too top heavy because I have such a long torso. It's like you got to be able to have a lower center of gravity to stay on those things once they start slinging you around. But it was still fun.
You could say, I was a bull rider once.
I rode a bull.
I rode a
That
bull.
was the extent of that. I don't want to.
Yeah, let's not embellish a little bit. I'm just, even though it'd be cool to put on your resume. Bullfighter, bull rider.
That's
There you
right.
go.
We did. We built one out of a 55-gallon drum, some old springs off a car.
Oh, no way.
Oh, it was awesome. You'd get on it and just shake the crap out of each other.
That's pretty damn funny.
Yeah, we did a lot of things out in New River that we probably weren't the wisest of choices, but had a lot of fun doing it.
So,
Fun way to grow up.
Is there an old river, or is it just New River because of just the name?
It was just always New River. I don't know if there
That
is
was
an old
a
river.
total serious question. Wasn't being a dick.
I was curious. I didn't know which way to take that one, but
I was like, that was a total
yeah, I don't
serious
think
question.
there is. I think it's
Well, because there's Mexico and then New Mexico.
Right.
There, so I'm thinking, is there an old river? Is there there's a new river.
half the time there isn't a river at all. It's just a riverbed.
It's just dirt. I love being out here in Arizona. I've been out here for, 7 years now? Something like that. How
From
long have you
where?
been out here? So you're born and raised out here?
No, since I was 2.
Oh, since you were 2.
Yeah, so basically I'm ultimately a native. 46 years, I guess.
Gotcha. What brought you out here? I mean, family just said, "Hey,
My mom.
you're my mom."
But I've stayed here. I've never really wanted to leave. I mean, it's a great state. We've got Phoenix is a good city. You got hour and a half. You're in the woods. Every direction you head out of town, there's a lake.
Seriously.
3.5 hours, you're at the beach in Mexico.
Yep.
I mean, 6 hours, you're in California.
Yep.
I mean, it's really easy for.
4.5 if you're my wife.
Yeah, it depends upon how heavy your foot is. But yeah, it's a great state.
I like it. I moved here. I'm a transplant from California, and just adjust that really quick. So I'm a transplant from California, and came out here for work. Position that had changed, and sorry, I gotta adjust this. Fuck, I tightened the shit out of it. So, and
You should never tighten the shit out of it.
I know.
Because then you got shit
You
everywhere.
get shit all over your hands. It's just fucking gross. I went to look for it again, folks. So I'll probably do this for a few times when I go. There's no foot pedal. Force of habit.
We're at in Cali.
I was in Rancho Cucamonga,
Oh, okay.
actually. Yeah. So,
I was actually born in Hemet.
really.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's cool.
There was only a few of us that will ever actually claim that.
Yeah, I was gonna say the rest of them are so methed out that they have no fucking clue.
Yeah.
Just kidding. But
Or you think these are my real teeth?
These aren't my real teeth. I used to be a bull rider. That's a good way to do it. So recently, I say recently, this was pre-COVID, I want to say. You started doing stand-up comedy. You got into doing, what'd you do, like an open mic? Did you do?
No, a buddy of mine, Sidney Smith, who's a comedian here in town, does a lot of different shows. He just happened to have a deal. He was trying out a new, doing a game show thing. And he's like, but the only, he goes, I want you to do it. He goes, but the only stipulation is you have to do 5 minutes of stand-up. And I'm like, challenge accepted.
Done. That's right.
Which led to my opening joke. When I went home and told my wife that I was going to do it, but I had the last 5 minutes, and she started dying laughing. She goes, I can't remember the last time you lasted 5 minutes.
Boom.
And
You're all thanks.
but
pal.
it was fun. It was a good experience. It's one of those challenges that you want to do because just to say you've done it.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to do it again. I have written some more stuff, but it's just it's finding the time but it helps with public speaking. It helps with a million different things.
It does.
It's just kind of a cool thing, and it's fun to make people laugh.
It is, and I think that comedians and they're just typically a comedian. They always say comedy is tragedy. So you've got a lot of darkness that's involved with comedy, but once you get past all that and it's just fun and you just have fun being on stage and people laughing at you and and laughing at what you have to say, and there's nothing like it.
Well, just getting to that comfort level where you can relax. Like anybody in situational comedy, like if we're sitting around and we're at a dinner party or you're at a bar
Yeah.
and you're hanging out and you're feeding off of what's going on around you.
Yeah.
But to just stand up there and have a routine and speak it. I mean, throughout all this COVID, Netflix, there's been a lot of specials and stuff, and I've watched these guys and their delivery. It's so amazing to watch.
Yeah.
And it is like you mentioned before, and we've discussed in the past. It is storytelling.
It is.
And it's all in it, but everything is delivery, and it is a blast.
It's all about timing. So who's your favorite comic? Who do you see yourself kind of like emulating a little bit, or?
I don't really know. There's like something from all of them. There isn't one that it's like, oh, I just got to see every special that comes out.
Yeah.
But there's just a little bit from all of them that make me laugh. Like what's the the Machine. What's his?
Bert Kreischer.
Yes,
Yeah.
that dude
Did I
cracks
say
me
that
up.
wrong? I said it wrong. Sorry, Bert.
But I love the fact that he just rips his shirt off and like that's his way of
Dude,
getting
he's-
rid of his inhibitions.
That's-
And then
yeah.
he is just hilarious.
Yeah, his latest special was fucking awesome, you know. And I think he's a phenomenal comedian. You know, you watch their shows, you watch other shows, and you just look and go, oh my god, that's fantastic, you know.
I just like the ones that are unapologetic, the ones that'll go out there and they're not afraid to tell a joke because it might offend somebody. It's
Correct.
like, all right, suck it up, Buttercup. If you don't like it, you know where the door is.
Correct. I actually had a woman walk out of one of my shows in Scottsdale, and it was me, another comedian friend of mine, A.D. McCovey, funny guy, Ocean Galapagos, no, funny guy too. So you think about it this way, okay? There's 2 light-skinned black guys, 1 Mexican, in Scottsdale, Arizona. And it was really funny because
That's a joke in
that's
itself.
a joke in it. Yeah.
Just wrote a joke.
So, you know, we start going into our bits about our love for thick women, you know, and it's a joke, you know. It's also it's life. I love, you know, thick women. It's
Nothing wrong with
curves.
that.
Curves are great. They're awesome. And she stands up and you know, when a person stands up in the middle of your set, it's like, hey, look at me, you know, 9 times out of 10, or they have to take a piss, either one. So
Either one, you just become a target.
you just become that target. Boop. So I said, gotta go, and she said, yes, I'm leaving. I said, okay. She's like, I'm obviously not what any of you guys want, and she was really skinny. And so she's like, I'll have you know, I'm this way skinny because I have a medical condition. And everybody in the whole audience was like, the fuck? You know? And so I kind of was like, well, that sucks, you know? Because I don't want to be, you know, insensitive. I don't want to be like, oh, hey, fucking sucks to be you, you know? But it was weird. It was like, oh, shit. You know, like, and, you know, I just picked up where I left off once she took off, but it was still a trip. You know, you can't make everyone laugh. You just gotta know your audience, I guess.
Well, that or you get the guy in the crowd that tries to out-funny you.
Oh yeah, no, those guys are hilarious. I was doing a show in North Hollywood. It was Burbank. Actually, it was Burbank and it was at the at Flappers Comedy Club, and this one dude. It was a like a fresh face competition, you know, new comics and whatever. So there was a ton of comics on stage, and this one guy, he was a comedian. He went up first, but after he went up, everybody after him, he was heckling the shit out of him. Like, just, oh, you're not funny. Oh, I've already heard that joke. Blah, 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 right? So he was just fucking with everybody. So I told Veronica, I was like, hey, when I go up, if he opens his mouth, I'm getting him. And she's like, don't do it. And I said, no, I'm fucking get him. You know, I'm gonna get him. Because he was a next level, he had a next level amount of douchebaggery that was just oozing from him. The dude he was wearing his motorcycle leathers, you know, still, after all that. He had his motorcycle helmet and he was letting everybody know, like, hey, I ride a motorcycle, you know? And
With a sidecar.
yeah, with a sidecar. For my boyfriend. No, it was funny because, like, his hair was, like, fucking perfect, too. It was just weird. I'm like, dude, you're riding a motorcycle and your hair's still fucking perfect? I'm bald. That sucks. I already don't like you. You know? And so, sure as shit, I go up. I start doing my bit. And he opens his mouth and starts saying. And so, I mean, I'm like a minute into my bit, you know, and he just opens his mouth, and I said, "Oh, you." I was waiting for you. And so he starts saying, you know, whatever. And I started laughing because I told him, I said, the funny thing about you, my friend, is I really have nothing bad to say about you. Because you're a good looking guy. I can say that. My wife's over there. I'm comfortable with that. No problem. I said, you have amazing fucking hair because you obviously rode in on a motorcycle. You're showing everybody your leathers. You're a good looking guy. Again, you know. And I said, you kind of look like Joaquin Phoenix, just without the fucked up scar. And this other comedian who is in the front just spits his drink out. We're laughing at this guy, and everybody starts laughing. The whole fucking place just starts laughing. And I said, I would totally watch a reality show starring you. I'd probably watch it naked, but I'm just saying, you know, and everybody's fucking dying laughing, you know? My wife's back there rolling her eyes, you know, like, oh, here we go. I killed this dude with so much kindness that, like, I dropped his shit, you know, like, and it was so funny that I wasn't talking shit. Everybody else was talking shit. They were all getting mad at him. They were like, fuck you, guy. Like, can't you just shut up for a minute? You know, everybody was getting mad at him, but I didn't. You know, I just figured, fuck it, kill him with kindness, you know? And so the manager of Flappers, the owner, or manager, I don't know if he's still there, he was like, do you always do that? And I said, do what? And he said, handle hecklers like that. I said, absolutely. He goes, fucking genius, man. That was awesome. He goes, you're welcome to my club anytime you want, man. That was fucking great. I was like, cool.
That's cool.
But
well, because you got to figure, and those guys have probably seen a lot of shit.
Oh my God, that dude has seen so much. And he was telling me, and he was giving me pointers and whatnot, but the other guy just sat there clapping. I got one of the coolest applause breaks, a legit applause break after, because I said, okay, enough about you. Can I get back to because I'm running out of time. And everybody just started laughing, and I rode the wave of the laughing and the clapping, and then, you know, it was cool. I was just like, done. You fucking fuck. But yeah, it was cool.
That is cool.
It was good. It was a good moment. So
it's always fun when you just shut people down.
Yeah. But how many shows have you done so far?
I've only done 2.
Really?
And yeah, I don't. It's just with everything else with the new job. I'm on the road so much. It's one of those things. It's just finding the time.
Okay. So yeah. God, I've heard so many amazing stories throughout these years. Like I've tattooed all walks of life. I've heard so many people talk about this and talk about that, and you know, family members doing crazy shit, you know, to just people just talking about life and talking about everything that they're going through, and it's gives you this really good feeling. I know it's pain, but it's not like excruciating pain, you know?
No, it's good pain.
So it's that good feeling like, oh, okay, I can handle this. You know, it's not, and again, some people just like to use it to get rid of the other pain. The emotional pain, you know?
Yeah.
Like, fuck that shit. Who don't want that? So.
It is a form of therapy. I mean, there's just something about it, and it's, you know, the artwork of, especially when you have a good artist such as yourself. It's something, and it reminds you, it's like to mark a time or mark a place.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a proverbial timestamp, you know, and it's as cliche as it sounds. Man, I could tell you exactly where I was when I got my tattoos, who I was with, you know, and shit, I could probably tell you what I was wearing or what I ate, you know. What tripped me out a lot was there's other people clients that I've tattooed that couldn't tell you that. They'd be like, oh yeah, I got tattooed by this one guy. I'm like, oh, what was his name? I have no fucking clue. Why is that? Because they didn't talk to me. What do you mean they didn't talk to you? No, he didn't talk. He was just put on his headphones. Basically, I sat there and that was that. It's like, really? Yeah. Well, I'm obviously not that way, you know? And so I'm like, well, that's some bullshit. Okay. And then I, started up this, and this seems to be having fun. I don't know. Comment down below. Tell me if you like it. If it's something that you think is good, I'll keep doing it. Just kidding. I'm still going to keep doing it. But speaking of doing something cool, something fun, I want to produce another show. I want to do, like I said, another comedy show out here. And I'm wondering, quick question. For you guys below, are you guys here? Yeah, do you guys want to see me or produce another show? I'll have a bunch of comics on there. Now that this whole coronavirus thing is being lifted, I think everybody deserves a really good laugh and some good clean fun. Yeah, comment down below. Give us a like, thumbs up, all that good stuff. And let me know if you want me to produce another show. Bring that comedy back to. I mean, there's always comedy out here. I'm not a big, but my shows were really fun. I mean, they were cool. I used to do a show at Whiskey Rose at Westgate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then that other place opened up. What's it called? Damn it.
That's a weird name for a club.
Yeah, I can't think of it. It's above Whiskey Rose. New comedy club up there. And it's really small. It's actually a kind of small joint. Intimate, good spot. But they got mad at us, and they told the owners of the building that, they wanted to be the only comedy club there, and my shows had to stop because I had like a ton of people. My shows were good. They had a lot of people in there, and I brought some phenomenal, comedians in there, and yeah, they weren't too happy about it, but whatever. I mean,
well, if nothing else, another thing that we learned through all this stuff is that you're never going to make everybody happy.
No, heck no. But I mean, why would you want to?
Right?
If everybody
was happy, you just gotta say fuck them.
Dude, if everybody was happy, you know how crazy that would be?
Be boring.
Girl, hey Karen. And then she's happy. Sorry, that was rude. But true. Just saying, Karen's a special person.
Yeah.
So, what was I gonna say? When's your office opening back up, or what are they telling you?
Well, I think it'll all just there's not enough going on to justify travel right now.
Okay.
So it would be just a lot of virtual stuff, but
okay.
Slowly but surely, little opportunities like the casinos and things like that will start to open up, and we'll be helping them and working with them and managing through the new way they want to go about doing their business.
The new normal.
Oh, that and pandemic. If I never hear those effing words again,
God.
It would be too soon.
Right.
You just there's just times I will literally turn the station, turn whatever, because I just don't want to listen to that
you
rambling.
Just never want to hear COVID 2020. Okay.
Yeah.
COVID-19. Very cool. Yeah, 2020 has been a very interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, but it seems we say that about every year.
Yeah,
there's
true.
always something going on. Like it's just weird. Like where the hell did this one come from?
Well, you know why though, right? It's because of social media and we get everything so instantly. And people go, oh, well, I heard about that. Well, how'd you hear about that? Oh, I heard about it on Instagram, or I heard about it on Facebook, or, and then what? You're just you're either believing it or researching it or becoming a conspiracy theorist or like.
Well, that's the whole thing. People they don't do the time. They don't take the time to do the research to learn things for themselves. They just take whatever they're told is law. But that's
Yeah.
also why we have 9 million different religions and we have all the different things. Is because people
Yeah.
just don't want to do the work. So like, oh, it's on the internet. It must be true.
Yep, I saw it on Google. So
Yeah, that's legit.
yeah, that shit's work. that's what's up.
Yeah. But it's funny. It's like even with restaurants and stuff. Speaking of social media, it's like a lot of them don't even have websites anymore. That's
No.
like, everything goes straight to Facebook.
Yep, Facebook, Yelp, all that. Even leaving reviews for like your favorite place has been tripping a little bit because people are like, well, I'll leave a review. Okay. And some are good, some are bad. Competitors, like
They
competitors,
sabotage,
are
yeah.
sabotaging the shit out of people with just these fake reviews, and I'm just like, what the balls? Like,
Well, and if you don't take the time to respond to them, then you can get, because that's the first thing I do. If I get called for a lead, first thing I do is look at Yelp
yep.
to see if it's even worth. I mean, if it's nothing but negative reviews, well then they're probably not going to be around that much longer.
Yeah. Which is crazy again with all this stuff going on. These restaurants that are just losing out, and they're mom and pops. They're delicious, and all of a sudden you go around and you're like, hey, you guys open? No, we didn't make it. Oh shit, That
Well,
sucks.
Yeah. The quickest way to get out of the restaurant business with $1 million is to start with 4. It's a brutal business, and it's so cutthroat, and there's so many. But for every 5 that close, 10 more open up. So
No doubt.
Everybody that has $1 million and was told they were a great cook at their house, will open a restaurant. So
Yeah, just like tattooers.
what?
You're such a good artist. I'm like, am I? No, just kidding. I am. I like to be. I think I am. I'm always learning.
You gotta have a vision.
You gotta have. Well, that's true, but
I mean, to jump in and even just like for what you've done for me and just
yeah.
taking somebody else's.
Well, most people won't do it. Most people will go, "Ugh, I don't want to touch that." Well, where's your artistic capabilities? Where are you thinking? And it's not being disrespectful. There's some artists that'll be like, "Hey, man, that's disrespectful." Well, if the other artist isn't there anymore, hence we don't know where the fuck this guy is. Why leave it to the client? Why is it the client's fault?
Right.
And now the client has to be unhappy with unfinished work for the rest of their lives because, okay, chances of you finding said dude or girl or whatever, that did this piece in the beginning, are they going to be around? Maybe not,
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to leave you hanging like that. I think that's kind of shitty. But at the same time, we work, we do it. I want you to be happy with the tattoo.
Right.
I don't want you to,
Because of me the rest of my life.
yeah, and be like, man, fuck that guy. He didn't know what the hell he was doing, or whatever. So.
Well,
Who
and
knows?
it's like anything else. Bad news travels fast.
Oh yeah, good news travels fast. Bad news travels even faster, because you're more apt, to tell your mother, your sister, your grandma,
My son.
your grandma's friend. Yeah, like tell him, dude, this guy, don't go with it, And that's why I like to create more of an experience. I don't ever want to be that guy where my client says, or someone asks my client, hey, where'd you get your tattoo? And they're like, this guy, I don't know, I can't even remember his name. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want.
I wouldn't send you there anyhow.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I just don't want to do that. I just don't want to be that guy. So you're a family man.
I am.
You are. You've got how many littler ones?
I have Alex, who's 19, and Chloe, who's 4.
That's a big
Strategic planning was not my strong suit.
comedian,
But-
folks.
But yeah, she's awesome. So
4
I
years
call her
old.
my little Sammy Hagar. She's got that long curly hair, blonde curly hair. So
cool.
she's a riot. So Alex is in college. just started his first real job with Crescent Crown.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of cool. Padding his resume since he can't do track.
Yeah. And that's cool. You know what's weird? What's really cool about this is I tattoo his son as well. When I do generation tattoos, like, you know, I'm tattooing you and I'm tattooing your son, you know, it's kind of like, what the balls? The big boy growing up, you know? You're just like, holy shit.
We're going to have to hold off on Chloe.
Well, yeah, I think I have. By the time she's ready to get tattooed, I'm pretty positive I won't be tattooing anymore. Yeah, I'll be. That ship will have sailed.
Yeah, but it's fun. It's tough, but it's fun.
Well, I heard your wife wants to get a tattoo. Is that true?
She is. She's wanting to do. Her and her friends are gonna get lilies or something.
Yeah. Alex was telling me that. He was like, "Hey, finally talked my mom into getting a tattoo." I said, "The hell you did?" And he said, "Yeah, I did." I was like, "Oh, well, right the heck on."
Yeah, I think she has a couple, but like the little wrist thingies and all that kind of stuff. Girl tattoos.
Well, I know a lot of guys with little wrist tattoos too. So unisex tattoos.
Oh, right,
There you
yeah.
go.
Is that like the douche knot or the man? What do they call that thing?
Hey, the man bun.
Oh yeah,
The douche knot.
the saddle horn for their boyfriend.
My son's got a huge lock of hair and ties it up because he works for UPS now.
Oh, okay.
Or no, he's been there, but he got a promotion. He's now a supervisor, and he's got a huge man bun, you know, long hair. He looks like Tarzan. It's really funny. And so we were telling him, he's like, "Yeah, I just want to cut it off. I'm kind of tired of it." I'm like, "I don't know, man. It fits you. It looks good. You know, it doesn't."
Well, you just saw Alex's the
Alex
other day.
has a
His
long
yeah
bunch of hair.
I think my problem with it is I can't grow it. So maybe it's a jealousy factor.
I think it is because I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Nah, no hair. No hair, don't care.
I'm good with it. I can cut my hair in the shower. I got waterproof clippers.
Yeah, I just shaved my hair this morning, actually. You can't tell because I'm sitting down. But I didn't get a chance to do the top.
I don't have to worry about that because it doesn't grow up there. It's like, ting, 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 ting.
You know, yeah, I got no hair upstairs, man. I got this stupid scar that I got a long time ago. And my hair doesn't grow, you know? Just doesn't grow at all. And kind of sucks, but whatever. Insert.
It's the hand we dealt.
I'm gonna insert sad music
Yeah.
here. Just kidding. Some Sarah McLachlan starts playing. Just kidding. So, well, that's cool, man. Are you excited to go back to work or get back?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Answer
I am.
that one very fast.
Yes. I can't wait. You lose your sense of self-purpose, you know?
Okay.
I'm blessed enough to still getting paid a little bit, but I mean, you lose track of your days, you lose track of everything.
That is true.
You don't sleep as much. It's weird.
My sleep pattern is way off. Like, I used to be a night owl, you know? And there's days where I am a night owl, and then there's, you know, 9 times out of 10 now, I'm going to bed around 9 or 10. You know, I'm just like, what the, you know, or waking up really early. And I think the cool thing about, and I can say it, the cool thing about the coronavirus, about what's been going on, is it's allowed me or kind of forced me to slow down. And I think it forced a lot of people to slow down and really reevaluate what's going on in life and what's the most important thing about what we do, our family, you know, being together, being healthy, being, you know, because when it's all said and done, shit, who do you have? You have your family.
Right.
You know, granted, I'm blessed to have some amazing friends that have checked on me, you know, and said, "Hey, Matt, you good? Yep. You need any toilet paper? You need any, you know, anything?" I was like, "Nah, I use butt wipes." But I do, and you know, you don't know how crazy this is gonna get. So I ordered a few bidets, which I still haven't used. Kind of something about them. I don't know. A little.
The toilet seat?
Yeah, the ones that sprinkle the butthole.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. I just. I don't know, man.
I've never used one of those. I don't know that I can get used to that.
Dude, I was even in Italy once, and there was right there bidet, and I said, nope. I couldn't get on it. I couldn't, quite literally. I couldn't do it. But butt wipes all day long, man. I love those things.
Oh, heck yeah.
Hell yeah. Don't give up.
Oh, and I got them all around all over the place because of the 4-year-old. So.
Yeah, well, I got them because of me.
You got them.
You know, like I like them.
They come in handy.
They sure do, especially when you're camping.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to getting up in the woods.
Me too. Holy shit. We just, we have our plans set aside. You know, we always try to get out at least in July, you know, and do some camping, like real camping, you know, where there's bears and there's...
That's your Cali trip.
Yeah. And so there's no Wi-Fi, there's no cell service, no nothing, no computers, no nothing. And you just go out there, you unplug. And I always say you go out there to unplug to recharge because, you know, you're recharging with your family, you're recharging with earth, you know, and feeling that dirt, getting dirty, you know, swimming in the Kings River or whichever river, you know. I mean, that's my idea of fun.
That's fun stuff.
Yeah. And I always told my kids, I told Veronica, I said, if I ever die before all you guys, sprinkle me over in the Kings River, you know, Sequoia National Forest or Kings Canyon. Sprinkle me over there. Like, put a little bit of here, put a little bit of there. Put a little bit in the bathroom because, you know, I spend a lot of time in there too. So, like, no joke. That's where I want to be. Like, when it's all my time to go.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's right.
Kings River. Yeah.
I told my wife up on the rim, just find a nice spot on the rim, overlooking a canyon.
Yeah.
I'll be happy.
Heck yeah.
Well, it's funny. You were talking about the elbow being a little tender.
Yep.
The wrist.
Mm-hmm.
Not my favorite part so
far. The wrist is a very tender spot. This little wrist bone. Yeah. Delicious.
It's the tastier one of the
delicious.
Yeah, I was writing on the bottom here. It was a little tender. It were worse than the armpit.
Really? That's nice.
But.
Because I heard the armpit when you tattoo, I heard it stinks.
Yeah.
Stupid. Yeah. So a lot of changes going on, man. This is good shit. This is really good stuff.
I'm excited that you decided to move to a new location closer to my house, which is
yes.
It cuts down my travel time.
So true. Beyond the Ink and myself will be moving. Signed a 12-month lease at a little studio such as this, a little private area, and it's still going to be one-on-one, still going to be, you know, like I said, intimate setting, no walk-ins and traffic like that. It's just kind of like the next level, the next step for Beyond the Ink. It's pretty cool. I'm excited. I'm really, really happy right now with the direction that it's going. We will be located in Glendale, Arizona, and yeah, also,
that's gonna be cool.
Yeah, I'll put the info down below. May 18th, that's when the lease starts, or when, you know, we move in, and I'll be able to have fun and tattoo and bring a new venue to life. So yeah,
that'd be cool.
I keep saying, oh God, that's not good for an interviewer to say. Like,
so yeah.
as I do it again.
Yes, and again. Doesn't matter how many times you try to not do that, you always do.
Correct.
It's inevitable.
Yeah.
But when people do it like every other word,
Man.
yeah.
Or like. You know what? When I first started doing this, and I still do, I still catch myself doing it a lot. But if you look at the earlier episodes, I would say, well, that's cool. A lot. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. And I think it's just that, you know when you're on, when your brain is like trying to do, because tattooing and talking and interviewing is very hard. It's not for the faint of heart. Yeah. It adds an extra amount of challenge.
Well, yeah, because you're trying to be precise, and then, yeah, still trying to carry on a conversation.
Yep. And so far, so good.
Yeah.
I haven't fucked up a single tattoo.
I couldn't do it.
On wood. Yeah, we talk, we dance, we sing, we get crunk.
Just no comedy.
It's no comedy. No, we've proven time and time again, no comedy. No, man. Honestly, I think I'm very excited that that you're getting into comedy, that you're doing it. You know, not just talking about it, because I've seen so many people talk about, like, you know, oh, I would be funny, I would get into it. Everybody tells me I'm funny at all the barbecues and all the this and that, and then they just, oh, well, come out and I'll give you 3 to 5 minutes.
No.
It's cool, man. It's cool. Performing on stage for 3 to 5 minutes and talking for 3 to 5 minutes and making people laugh is a lot harder than a lot of people think. They think
remembering everything that you wrote. Or what my problem is, and I do this in sales meetings, and I did it in my comedy, but like you can say you wrote 5 minutes.
Yep.
But whenever I get on the stage, somebody hits the fast forward button.
Oh, 100%.
And then you're like, oh, shit.
Now I have 4 more minutes to talk.
Right.
You'd be surprised how long.
I totally stretched that out in my living room.
Yeah. I mean, you'd be surprised. I mean, the first show that I ever did, the night before, I was freaking out. I was like, fuck. How do you write a joke? How do you do this, successfully? I've been influenced by Richard Pryor, Robin Williams, tons of artists. Dave Chappelle, he's funnier than shit. John Candy. I mean, some of the greats from back in the day. It's just, even George Burns, man, he was funny as fuck. And my grandfather and I used to sit there and watch all the time. Johnny Carson, I'm really dating myself right now. Like I said, my birthday's in a couple days, and I'll be 44. So there you go.
I'm 48.
You're 48?
I'll be 48 this year.
Okay, so I don't feel so bad. No, I'm kidding. So yeah, I mean, as far as getting older is fun, but now you've got the Kevin Harts, the Dave Chappelles, the Russell Peters. Those guys are animals. Like we talked about Bert Kreischer. I don't know.
I think it's Kreischer.
He's the machine. He's always going to be the machine. Funny as all hell. Do you see Chris D'Elia? He's funny as fun. His voice is, "Hey man, you don't have to do this, man." His shit is funny.
A lot too.
And he's very animated. When he talks about kicking babies and shit like that, you have to come out of left field. You do. With comedy, you take them one way, and they're just like, "Oh, this is where this is going," and then all of a sudden you throw something else in there. That to me is mastering your craft. Like, again, take it one way, totally away from their expectations. I like that kind of stuff. I like doing
Yeah.
that. But all my comedy, if I could give you any advice, all my comedy has come from truth. I don't ever make anything up. It's always something that happened in my life, and my life has been crazy. So in the 44 years of my existence, I have done a ton of shit that people go, there's no way you did that. Or survived a ton of shit where people go, there's no way you did that. But I've backed it all up. I have everything either in pictures or videos or something, newspaper clippings. Yes, I said that. Here. Damn, he's old. Yeah, it's just one of those things. But, I've done all that, and I don't know if it was just growing up having to prove myself all the time, if that's why I do it, but I've done it because, again, I call it my Forrest Gump life, where I'm always at that right place at the right time or wrong time, and yeah, as a result of it, it's either good times or bad. I don't know, man. It's kind of fun.
But there's just something about making people laugh.
True. A lot better than making people cry. I mean,
Yeah.
because that's fucked up. So yeah, man. Well, I didn't call you Manuel. I said, yeah, man. Well. So, dude, I appreciate you. I thank you for coming on the show. I'm glad to have you on the show. Looking forward to seeing you do some comedy. This has been fun. It's been cool. It's been a riot.
I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, for sure, man.
It's a double bonus.
It's a double bonus. It's good stuff. So yeah, if you're still with us and you've been watching this whole time, that's how I turn that off. Amazing product, FK Irons. Good job. I like it. Again, needle supply for everything. I'll put a comment down below. You can go do that. As far as you, sir, thank you very much for being on the show.
Appreciate it.
I hope you had a good time. Let me stab you. Believe it or not, as we're interviewing, it hurts less, unless it's the wrist.
Yes, the wrist hurts.
But the general consensus is we go through all this artwork and people go, huh, I didn't feel as much as when you're just doing it regularly. That didn't sound good at all. Shit.
That's what happens after being cooped up. Everything has a
That's
sexual
right.
connotation.
Everything is sexual innuendos. Again, super excited about opening up the new studio. Couldn't have done it without the support, friends, clients, family members. I'll put more details down below where the shop's going to be, the new studio. Keep an eye out for episodes, new things coming up. And once again, if you, I'm pointing to you now, would like to be on Beyond the Ink, you've got a great story, you want to be told through under the needle, I guess you want to say. Comment down below, let me know, give us a share, follow, thumbs up, subscribe, hit that subscribe button, please. Tell your friends all about it. Again,
You just want a great tattoo.
if you want a great tattoo, hit me up. We don't even have to be on camera. It'll be fun. Once again, I'm Matt Valdez. Thank you so much for being on there. We'll see you next time on Beyond the Ink. Bye.